kicking it over.
Absolutely. Here we go.
All right. First
We're
up.
starting off the match super interestingly, I see. From the characters it is that we are seeing currently up on the screen, it'll be May versus, I didn't get a chance to see Bridget.
Oh,
It's interesting.
yeah. In fact, we got Team Buster Wolf Brisket versus definitely not top 3.
That's that's a good name. I like that for that
Yeah.
team. I like that team a lot. I like that team a lot.
Hell yeah. Okay. Running on aim, getting underneath, but the JD's gonna come down, finding May. Oh gosh, up against the wall. Oh, the meaty doesn't connect, but buttons after it's gonna send her through.
Oh, great block on the gold burst. Oh wow, and the command grab the instant is off too. Is nice, perfect on the side of Lady of Ash. Currently, I'm seeing a lot of the back and forth. We have a situation where we're dealing with a lot of interesting, like, we have a situation where we're dealing with a lot of interesting sort of back and forth in the exchanges here. Both of these characters excel extremely well when they knock their opponent down, and it's very interesting to be able to see this type of play from May. A great JD to snipe them out of the sky, but a throw from Bridget means that there's a lot of mix on the way.
I definitely see a lot of Bridgets excel with their air gameplay, especially with air yo-yo. I think air yo-yo is like so great to just smoke any kind of approaches that someone like May or like a Soul want to try and do. But yeah, Levantine just making a great opportunity to keep Bridget down on the ground where definitely she's going to excel more.
Nice, man, just to get the burst as well, just sort of forcing May to take her own turn, at least away from her. Sets up a lot of the Oki there. Yeah, the interesting thing about that is that it does in fact leave her plus in that situation. She's using 2P because she doesn't want to get button sniped out, but instead gets the slide and gets the confirm for May here on the side of on the side of what is that, team not top 3? Is that what you said? Is that the name of the team on the left side playing May?
Let me check real quick who had yeah, that was definitely not top 3.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And all these games are going to be first to 2, so right now Levin is sitting up on 1. We're going back to the lobby every time, just so we don't miss out on any games in case of a communications error, so.
Of course, yeah. I think what's super interesting here is the fact that Bridget actually relies a lot on being able to get that knockdown game, but the interesting part about May is that despite the fact that May doesn't really have those long-reaching buttons, 5H feels like it goes quite far, as well as a couple of our other buttons. You have 2S, and of course the comboable but still great to use in neutral button 6H. 6H is more situational to use in neutral. You see a lot utilized a lot in sort of the combo game style that May has. But I think it's dope to be able to see Bridget try and like space the things out. I love the usage of the skates and stopping at probably the max distance to leave herself plus, so that way she can hit the 2P. She doesn't get 6P on a lot of her other normals. So I think Lady of Ash still has plenty of fight left in them.
Oh yeah, definitely. May can use so much to advantage her, especially some of these massive disjointed hitboxes. Bridget, huge far-reaching hurt boxes as well on those yo-yos, but May can definitely abuse some of that. But at the same time, there's the give and take. Bridget can just utilize way more space than May can, but May is looking for those massive counter hits just like that, up and under, up and over. Good blocks of the high-lows, but finally catches a close slash. That's super surprising. Finds the counter hit, run up, command grab. This is gonna hurt super bad.
Oh yeah, finds tons of damage, and this will be the Oki situation. Guess for game here as Bridget sort of slides across the ground, hard enough down, and uses the 5K. I actually like it a lot. Sets up for the command grab very easily. She's going for the IED 5. She's going for the IED JK to try and fake out the fact that she's coming for an overhit, so the command grab hits a lot easier. That way it's not as like readable. It's not as linear. It's not as stereotypical by going into an aerial button and then, oh, I'm going to follow up with something else. Whiffing it entirely means that she'll be able to land on the ground a little bit faster, and then of course having the command grab in that back pocket is a very big deal. Which is at least so much damage for May.
Definitely. So, yeah, let me just pass the word along to
Mm-hmm.
11. Or actually, let me pass it along to the...
Not bad, not bad. Great start as well. Seeing May, of course, the Totsugeki runs free.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I've run into a few Bridgets that can kind of keep you from doing what you want to do, and some of Bridget's tools real nice, like her, of course, like her massive target combo buttons, like S and heavy slash. 2S is the bane of my existence. That reaches out so far. It's so fast, so good.
It's a really great tool to be able to use as well. I think that what's really important here is just not only the utilization of some of the buttons it is that we see a bunch of either of these characters have. They get a lot off of their respective buttons. While Bridget may take a million hits to hit you, to kill you, right? She does like paper cut damage. We're talking about May that already does a grip of damage regardless of what character it is that you're actually playing. Oh, Leo versus Giovanna. Well, that is something. This is actually a very bad matchup for Gio, in my personal opinion.
I think I always personally struggle against Leo, but this character, just real nice. Oh, just a little too shy to land that grab. Unfortunate, but watching that counter state.
Okay, let me see a nice smash on the 2P. Doesn't want to deal with any sort of shenanigans that she has. But Leo has on the way in, of course, gets the forward throw, but misses the OTG. Can't really set up their meaty situation, but gets 2 counter hits, and yeah, that's enough to bait out the burst.
Here's that cross up. Oh, it's nasty. Nice. Back to the wall. Good blocks. Not getting crossed up in the corner. Good. We like to not get crossed up in the corner.
Oh, nice. Good for it as well.
Oh, strike throw. Here we go.
And it should be death. Kind of super immediately off of this too, just to make sure that it dies. Yeah, absolutely.
You have the meter.
The gorilla back in his cage. Send him back to the zoo, at least for this round. It's round 1. Push Giovanna.
Absolutely. You also have the resources. Those are not carrying over. Might as well spend it.
Oh, plus frames. The wolf is here.
Nice. Like a
flash kick. Nice. Finds a good confirm as well. Gets the OTG this time, but just a little bit out of range. Thank you, FD. Always providing good health insurance policies. But and it just to fight back. Flash kick once again. That's 2 for 2 so far. The back turn resets it once again. Makes the counter. He's able to get the throw and just waits on the burst for a little bit. Now we're talking corner position, and this is where it is hell for Giovanna.
Oh, 7 in the dust. Great defense holding. My gosh, just sliding back in after every one of those taps. Just making it super scary. Dare you to press the button. Dare you to drop that FD, because then I'm just going to get in right quick.
Yeah. My man with the remixed 5P stagger steps, the ewa, like just over and over again, just giving them in blocks in the corner. We absolutely love it. Great back turn as well. Against the guard crush. That's a lot of plus frames. You have to challenge during that. I know it's hard to do. You can't do it immediately, but once you see it coming, you have to be able to challenge during that unless he RCs. That's his only way sort of to get out of that. You don't want to let him get that for free. And this is a lot of plus frames it is you got to deal with on the side of Leo.
Hell yeah. We'll just try and find the way in, but diving back in, we block the flash kick. Gonna combo him all the way, have all the meter in the world too. Don't even
nice. Hey, we're talking best strike throw in the game, right? Next to her, like her and Ram. I'll say her and Ram have the best strike throws in the game, right? Their strike throw presence is very heavy, a lot better than a lot of other characters. And I think that Gio and Ramlethal do amazing at being able to mix you up between their strike throw presence. Especially because of the fact that we're talking about Ram going off of the back of her Rekkas. It's really hard to see her coming in for a tick throw. We're setting up her Rekkas for a tick throw, and then of course we have that sliding momentum that Giovanna is known for, where she dashes in, either hits S or whatever button she feels like, and of course slides a little bit thanks to the momentum of her dash.
Absolutely. I definitely think Gio's evolved more as the game goes on. With the ways you gotta mix things up. It's kind of like Gio and May, very simple tools, but the way players have to explore and progress how these characters evolve as things go on. People will learn your tricks and catch on to you, but a good strike throw is pretty crazy, and it could get you pretty far, as we've seen with like Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. A bit of the Street Fighter 6 mindset. Finding great damage as well. Frizzle doing a great job at leading and actually gets the traded hit on the JD. I've never seen that interaction before. That hit behind him, and then I guess he got hit with a 5K or something.
There's been many situations where you'll end up like somewhere behind them, you'll pull it out button, and the hurt box on the other side's just gonna catch you. And sometimes it's a risky investment. It actually worked out for Frizz there.
Oh, nice. Say it with your chest. IP again. Good challenge. Frizzle's doing great, challenging, but using the flash kick as well to find what their need. Tried to go for the mix, but instead gets thrown right out of it. Does have the burst in the back pocket, a back dash to seal the round. Now we're talking 1-1 with Leo versus Giovanni.
What a great back dash. That was so sick.
So yeah, we love that. 5Ks. Check out the sneakers.
I know. Just zipping and zooming. That Nike sponsorship. Whew.
Let's get the throw to the corner. Oh, 5P once again. Let's just get the hit two. There's the burst.
I was a little scared on that stagger.
Nice. He's been fishing for that. That's the first time that's actually worked.
Oh, wow. Trying to shimmy it, but the flash kick coming out, finding its target. Swinging away, finds the drop kick. Oh, gosh. Oh, puts up the shield.
Oh, and you're actually dead, too. That's going to wall break. Oh, wow, they didn't do as much as I thought it would off of the counter hit. Most of the time you see somebody get counter hit by that and you see the super coming, you're expecting death, although it's death in a different way, right? Death to the throw to end out the round, or at least end out the game here, as we are tied up now. Not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad. It's just a slugfest, right? I mean, like, between these two players, this is pretty much how it's going. It's very, very back and forth between these two. I mean, both these characters can be played pretty aggressive, and Giovanna, considering the character it is that she's fighting, she has to sort of hit go, right? All hands on deck in order to actually maintain her momentum. She has to play super aggressively because she doesn't want to really give up the lead like that. You have to deal with a lot of Leo's projectiles. Wow, that is a trade I was not expecting to happen.
Same. Oh my gosh, we're running into a counter hit. We're just going to burst that away. No, thank you, sir. Oh, we're just blocking in the air. Hold in plus frames. No. Finds the lows again. What a meaty setup on that close slash. Baits out the flash kick. Love it.
Finds the wall break. Here we are. Now we're talking. This is guess for game here against the Leo. Goes in and manages to whiff the J. Hey, listen, I gotta be honest with you. These JKs are going crazy right now. Like, first it was the May whiffing the JK for the command grab, then it's whiffing the JK on Giovanna to land the throw. 2 matches back to back, JK special.
Maybe that's the tech.
I guess so, yeah. Whiff the button, break it out of there. Nice, wow.
And the burst out. Oh, but lands the jump in huge. Okay, we're gonna YRC.
Okay. That's awesome, social distance. Oh, nice. Good fast RC cancel and a great just defend, too. Actually would have hit something off of that just defend with how close she landed to him, but the stagger pressure is a little bit too much. Button after button, you get overwhelmed. You can only block for so long, and then you get opened up. Giovanna is going to win this set against the Leo. Now we are on to the third players of these teams.
Oh, hell yeah. We're cooking with gas, baby. Okay. Play 3.
Yeah, not too bad, honestly. I am super impressed with how everyone's been playing. It's been sort of back and forth a lot of the time, so it's been kind of consistent with how things have been, right? A lot of this aggression, a lot of this very forward-facing play style, in the sense of like, I'm going to run my head into this wall. That's sort of the 2 matches it is that we've seen so far. It's just pretty much an all-out slugfest, finding those opportunities, trying to sneak through as best as they can as well, and just trying to land hits where they find an opportunity to land them. Because so far, all 4 characters that we've seen, the May, the Bridget, the Leo, and the Giovanna, are all good at handling at knockdowns. And here we are, 2 more characters that deal great off of their knockdowns. Potemkin is a character that has to play a little bit slower, but once he gets that hit, once he gets that first hit, it's dangerous.
It's real dangerous. In fact, in the past 3 weeks, 2 of our tournaments have been won by Potemkins, so when they show up. But
it's the psychic damage that all grapplers deal when you get command grab, right? Like, that's just sort of how it is. In case you guys didn't read the patch notes, you know, it deals at least depending on how you get command grabbed, it's 1 to 2 points of psychic damage, you know, every time you get pot busted. So that's just sort of how it works. I don't make the rules. Dice K Vision. Wow, what a sliver of HP. Can't even hammer fall. Oh yeah, this is definitely something Chips has a hard time dealing with. Yeah, get that shuriken out of here.
Oh, but he
Oh, why'd you jump?
Curves the bullet real quick and he's flying away.
Okay, grade 5S to start. Yeah, Pot sort of has a hard time dealing with round start tools. Chip's very, very fast normals and round start tools. It's very difficult to try and find your way out. Uses the super once again just to get the knockdown, breaks the wall, and now we're talking Smoky.
I would assume this one of the tougher matchups for Potemkin, despite Chip being a bit of a meme with his low health, but he can still put out the damage, and if you don't respect it, you might get chopped up.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny because this is like one of the times where it's like we see like Chip has always been a nuisance. Chip has always been a situation where we're staring at a character that's doing 6 billion things while you have one option, right? While you can only do one thing at a time, he's multitasking. He's like an Octodad. He's doing all these things at once, right? And that's sort of the thing it is that we see with Chip. And throughout the previous Guilty Gear iterations, we've seen situations where Chip has been decimated by Potemkin, but in this game, it's a little bit harder. You have Pot dealing with things like Chip's Rekkas are very, very strong and very useful tools within this game, and I think that's something that's sort of unique to this game. It's not really something it is that you would see a lot. You would normally see his teleports being utilized a lot in the previous iterations of this game, but here, it's just all aggression. There's Finding the hit too, not too bad. Get Mega Fisto. Mega Fisto, oh yeah, we're figuring out something. The cheeks coming down too. Oh goodness gracious, his life flashed before my eyes for a second. Plants the super, plants the kill too. Yeah, it's hard. Trying to find an opportunity for when you can press against Chip is always the question. That's the sort of thing it is that people struggle a lot with. Okay, he tried to hit him with the Chip special. That made no sense. Actually, absolutely get gripped. Yeah, get gripped. Yeah, complain about it on the Twitter threads. I want to see it. Yes. Yes, Mega Fisto. Okay. Chip can still make this comeback. Oh, Mega Fisto. Mega Fisto! Yeah. Exactly. Big boys. Big bodies. We love it. Alright. Oh, man. Lance the overhead, too. Sheesh. Gonna be the wall break, an Oki scenario as well. Breaks the wall. What are we working with here? What is he cooking? Let's find out. Oh, nice. Cooks with it. At least the 2H there. Finds good conversion. Tried to bait the burst, but in fact doesn't need to. Now we're talking guess for game once again. Gotta be careful. Probably gonna run up and block, I would imagine. Oh, try to go for heavily pot buster.
You tried for it.
Oh, Lord. Someone help. I hear him. It's Jason in the water or Camp Crystal Lake. Oh, thank goodness. Ends the game at least.
Yeah.
I say thank goodness because I was not ready to see the amount of damage it is that did. Senpo still played extremely well, and it's hard. It's hard to be able to once again find. The biggest question of Chip is always when. When do I hit a button, right? And that's sort of what you have to look for. You have to punish a lot of his aerial normals. A lot of the times where you see him jumping in or trying to do IAD, you have to instantly be ready to 6P. You have to be able to react fast enough to do that sort of thing. You can also smack his clone if you're not ready for it. If he's not ready for it, if he uses Gamma Blade improperly. There's a lot of things it is that you can do, but very small, minute things. And I think that's the big deal here is that when all put together, it can be very overwhelming for a player to try and instantly deal with.
Yeah, it's definitely really rough. Sorry, I'm just doing TO things, but...
Oh, no, you're good. You are good, you are good. Hey, listen, that's all right. If I appreciate you being here with me. Give me a break sometimes, you know, like when I'm like when I'm commentating and stuff. But
thank you so much. I'm usually in the position when I'm running solo because I usually have my face.
Oh no, you are fine. You are fine. There's nothing to worry about. I can talk for a very long period of time. You are good. I've had to do solo cast before. It's a doozy, but I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Nice. The X here, top being. Let's see, Geo versus Chip.
Just, ooh, chase him down. Gives up the negative. It really doesn't matter. We're still at the start.
Yeah.
But this is where...
Big damage too. Yep, into the reset. That's the thing. You have to be ready for that, right? Is that the thing is that even if he follows up with other opportunities, you have to be able to mash. If he doesn't have enough meter to be able to convert into anything crazy, you should be able to mash after that because of the overhead or because of the fact of what he has to go for. We're talking about a good strike throw here too in the situation. There's the drill kick. Nice. Manages to catch him on the hit, but the 2K is enough to seal the round for the time being.
Find some round open button. That's such a scary button. But oh, we're gonna 6P that jump in. Oh my goodness.
Oh, there we go. Strike throw once again. IAD just to maintain the pressure. Good 6P being the wearers too. Most people don't know that. You can actually 6P through both per option. By the way, quarter circle back kicks and quarter circle forward kicks are both 6Pable. She has to stagger her buttons in order to actually be super impressive. It makes her offense a little bit more unaware, is the thing, a little bit more linear with how she has to handle certain things. We use the RC cancel, get the corner pressure as well, goes for the overhead once again, lands the meaty 5K, gets the counter hit, and hits the second part of the record to end the round.
There you go, Chip.
Yeah, you can 6P through that. I see most people trying to 6P through like the spiral arrow as well. But that's the thing, is that the quarter circle back kicks as well, you can 6P through. You can stop her from doing a lot of that. So a lot of her pressure comes from stagger pressure. Her 2S is something it is that you have to be worried about a lot. And the more I think about it, the more that I actually think that that's what we saw the counter hit in the corner was, or him trying to move, right? Was the fact that they may have been trying to go for that 6P earlier. And that's sort of the thing where as you play, you have to be able to garner and gather that information and be like, okay, he hit something. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to try and play. I'm going to use my offense a little bit more cautiously this time around. Not bad.
All right. So Chip going in against... Oh, yeah. There was a little bit of mix-up on who was going in, so we're just finishing this up. We're supposed to get 11 in here, but I'm trying to wrestle a start since it keeps wanting to mess up my sentence, but that means more games. Oh my god, we're just gonna call out the burst like that? Game just started, my dude.
Yeah, sometimes you got to, you know. Hey, it's either him or me in this. It's a Ninja Eat Wolf world out here. Grade 5P. Aggressive burst as well. This is actually gonna kill. Might just get the hit, lands the overhead. That's time it actually combos. As it landed 6K, probably was going to RC it more than likely just to make sure they can actually get that confirmed. A good timed IED. He's going to find the hit, but Chip is still smooth right here. Uses the Beta Blade, gets out of there, doesn't want to deal with any of that pressure. What a confirm. Sets up for the Oki once again, goes low. IED uses the FD to get that momentum a little bit more forward. What a confirm. A sequence from Chip that is certainly to be remembered. Very well done. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Using the air Alpha Blade to make it back down to the ground in time and set up for another Oki scenario is, mwah, that is chef's kiss. That's chef's kiss. That's the type of stuff it is that you love to see. Love seeing that type of stuff. That is understanding of the character.